What's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing? Hope well. Let's get the camera, the music. Let me know how everything is. Can you hear me, see me? All the good stuff. Yes, early today. Like this, early. Gonna be a quick one. Hopefully we can get it done in time. I have about an hour and a half. Maybe we can pull 2 hours, something like that. So I'm gonna try to keep this one nice and easy. Those of you that are here early, let me turn my music down. Lord have mercy. Those that are here early are gonna get the joy of watching me get this box out of my back room and bringing it in here. As some of you guys know, speed comes at a cost, and the cost is size. This thing is an absolute behemoth of a machine. Probably going to be the biggest machine here I have at the studio. And getting it up on this table is going to be interesting. If you guys were here for, yeah, famous last words. If you guys were here for the H2D, I thought that thing was going to be difficult, and it was, to get it in the frame because it's huge. Same with the K2 Plus. Same with the Magneto. This is bigger than all those machines, so we'll see. Let's say hi to those that were here. We got Kenneth, Filter, Petty, what's going on? JP, Maker Mindset, LRE, Wix Central, what's happening? Layer by Layer, of course. Lamreth. What is rough dims on that Micron? I don't know what that means, but I gotta get back to the Micron at some point. Hey Frank, what's happening? Shrimpfather, of course. Martin, what's happening? Hey Havoc. All right, so today we are checking out the S1 Pro. Like I said, the size alone should be something, but it's not only fast, it's also huge. We're gonna check out some specs, but I think first I'm gonna get it out. Typically, these new machines, once you set them up, they have their own calibrations that they run through, and that gives us between 20 and 30 minutes of just talking. So we'll look at some of the specs then. I usually keep myself, like, I obviously know the majority of them, but I usually like to discover it alongside you guys and as I unbox. And it helps keep for an actual, experience unboxing them instead of me already having everything to know about it. So that might not help me answering some questions you might have about this machine, but it is what it is. I can come help you store some of that stuff. Layer by layer, there's a line. I got a couple folks waiting. I have a lot of machines that go through here, and as they do, I just run out of space. I gotta get rid of them. So some I donate, some I give away, some I sell. All depends on the machine and if somebody's interested, all that kind of stuff. But that's for Discord. That's for my Discord to decipher when I'm ready and have time for. But that's beside the point. So here's the treat. I'm going to go get this box. The camera's going to follow me to some degree. And you'll see me suffer, and you'll enjoy it, I'm sure, because you guys are like that. So I got it back here. And I am 5'10". I used to be 5'11", but somehow I shrank an inch, according to my doctor. This thing is tall. This is going to be... how am I going to get it through here? Okay, here's the first obstacle. We can't have this filament here. I might have to lay it down to get it underneath this table. Let's see if I can just push it this way. Oh man, it's just making it through. Am I gonna be able to make that turn? No. Okay, cool. Let's see if I can lay it down. Yep, getting help ahead of time would have been good. This is 3D printing now, guys. This is camera, can you find me? Yeah. This is how 3D printing is going nowadays. Started with an ender. Now we got boxes like this. I'm not complaining. This is not a complaint. This is an oversight. Seeing behind the scenes. The box is obnoxious. Man. Hey, Paul. All right, so is there a procedure to open this one? I've seen people open it flat. I had this thing standing up. This box does have some damage, and I'm hoping the machine is okay. I know the machine is not square, and the ends of this thing are really busted up. It also looks like the handle, whoever tried to lift it, like the handle broke off because the plastic is missing. So I think that's how some of this damage has occurred or accrued. Yeah, this is the box. I don't know if you guys could tell. Like I'm a large fellow. I could definitely fit in there, and a whole lot of cats would fit as well. You know. Hey, Sean, what's happening? Just dump it all on the floor. I guess that's typically the plan, technically. So while we get started, if you guys are planning on sticking around till the end, Polymaker is sponsoring this live stream with a giveaway at the end. I don't remember what time I put it in there, but I'm gonna have to stop it manually, I think, depending on when I have to end the stream. I'm probably realistically gonna end at like 7:45 if I can, if not 8 o'clock. So just to let you guys know like ahead of time. But that is, you know, Polymaker's giveaway is it's worldwide. They tell me they can ship anywhere. So none of that. You just have to be present and subscribe to the channel, and then you can get yourself a credit to their website. You can buy whatever you want off of there. If you do click the link for it, oh, there's two of me. Look, it'll take you to a page like this. There's already 9 people in it to win it. You just answer the question. Good to go. You're signed up, and at the end we will pick a winner. I'm going to include a link down below to this printer. It is actually on sale right now. Looks like they have extended their Easter sale, so it's $200 off. And I also got a coupon code. So if you use my link that's in the description, and then you add the coupon code that's in there, it'll go down another $119. So it's actually $319 off at the moment. And for one of the fastest machines that's currently out, and the updated mute upgrade. I don't know what that is, by the way. I don't know if I have that one as well. This seems like a pretty good deal, especially if you're the type of person that's into production and needs things made rapidly. 350 on the hot end, which is awesome. That means you can print all kinds of amazing materials. That's good enough for PPA, PPC as well, from what I remember. They claim 55, but we all know it's probably more than that. They're pretty conservative with this number, and I'll be able to know. I do have a T1 right behind me. I don't know if I'll be able to fit that where that is, so we'll figure that out. I thought the T1 Pro was pretty loud. This should be right along the same as that, except it's additionally going to be even faster, which it's kind of crazy to think that there's something faster than the T1 Pro. Like the T1 Pro is already insane. So Polymaker giveaway rocks. I agree. I totally agree. The Pro is supposed to be a lot quieter than the standard one. Cool. Good to know. They have a silent kit for the T1. Are you talking about the little cone that goes on top? Because like, it's not really silent. It does change the tone to a less annoying tone. But it's still like crazy loud. Like I wouldn't run it right now because the microphone would be going absolutely ham. Let me see if I can get this secondary camera somewhere useful for you guys until I put this thing up. So let's do this. Hold on, I'll fix it in a second. There we go. And then let's go to this view. And in a second here, I will try to figure out if I have the right settings on the camera. So let's go here. Let's go to meet. Right, it is zoomed in, so let's zoom that out. We need as much zoom out as we got. Let's go image. Yeah, focus on global. Otherwise, it sticks to my face. Everything else looks good. All right. Rob Warner. Bruce Bikes, what's up, man? Rob Warner, hero. Stay on your bike, Danny. Nice. Instead of it sounding like we, it goes woo. That's right. That's correct. That's how I would describe it. Velvet style printers look so interesting. They are extremely fun to look at. I know that's like a stupid thing, and like who cares? But when you have a machine, you kind of end up sitting there for like a while, for hours, just staring at it. And although it's fun to watch any machine kind of lay layers down, this one is the closest to like a robot, if that makes sense, because it's like, you know, just like this arm. So it's pretty fun. Hey, Shadow. Yeah, no problem. Left from father at home by himself to work. Nice. Where do you sign up for the drawing? So both on Twitch and on YouTube, there should be a pinned comment at the top of chat. That's a great question. Thank you for asking. It should be pinned on YouTube and pinned on... Here, let's see. Let's validate. So on the stream, yep, on top of the stream, right over here, see the white Interpolymaker giveaway. And then on Twitch, should just be right here, right in the chat. All right, so we should be good to go there. All right, I'm going to get right into the unboxing. Like I said, once I have the thing out, then we'll take a look at the website. If at any point you guys are bored, please check out 3dprintsos.com. It is where I do a bunch of my merch. There's lots of different swag, different things you can get for yourself and for the bottom of your printer. There's also game consoles that I have. I think almost all of them are sold out. There's a few that aren't sold out, but you can also grab a custom one. So definitely check that out. Helps the channel a lot. All right, let's. I'll leave this one up so you guys can remember to join into the Polymaker fun. Let's see what's going on. Hey, what's up, Jason? Let's get this thing unboxed or make an attempt. I'm gonna go sideways. Does it tell me? Like, I think the bamboo machine actually had literal instructions on there. It's pointed as this is the top, so I will treat it as such. The bamboo machine had essentially a cap that comes off and made the unboxing much easier than normal. But let's see how they did it. Okay, so it is this direction, and it looks like we have white foam. And as much as I hate this white styrofoam stuff, I'm hoping that it saved this machine from this shipping carrier, because they were definitely not nice to this thing. And there is a whole bunch of white pieces of foam everywhere, and I don't know if you guys can tell. Can you see the corners? So there's like voids in the corners because this isn't, you know, it's like a rectangle, and they are just destroyed. So actually pretty good packaging. All right, let's see what we got. Drop the link to the vid for the T1 Silent Kin in the Discord. Oh, thank you, Lair. Appreciate that. I'll take a look after. Yeah, Discord is definitely the best place. There's also a live section for Discord. It doesn't matter where, I'll find it, but just thought I'd mention. So we have owner's manual. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Oh, sorry, guys. There we go. Take out the machine flow diagram. So it says open box, remove foam cover, then stand up the box with the printer in the correct orientation, then remove the printer from box by pulling plastic bag out, then remove the printer from bag. That's actually, you know, as funny as this is, it's actually really helpful. I wish this was like on the top and not inside of a bag behind other stuff, but really good. That macro OS is pretty cool. Yeah, thank you. I spent a lot of time working on that thing and making it the best that I possibly can. And it's the best it's ever been. I know I have some of like the simpler, cheaper, smaller versions on there for sale, but the newer one is really cool as well, if you want more than Game Boy Advance stuff, of course. So we have a little toolkit. A lot of machines have been doing this, and I really appreciate it that they are. It's always nice, especially for somebody who's first time printing. This is quite the hunk of metal there. Of course, if they didn't have snips, I would boycott the company. So thank you, FLSun, for adding some snips. We have some grease, we have some glue, we have a USB, we have some really transparent PTFE, and a spare hot end. And look at the melt zone on this bad boy. It's nice of them to include. No extra silicone sock, I don't think. And there is a whole bunch of hardware in here. I wonder what it's all for. And I guess we will find out as we further unbox the machine. 1200 makes it nice. Well, it is 1200, but at the moment, like I said, it's with my coupon code from my link, you get a total of $320 off. So that's quite the nice little bit of sale. We have a power cable. I always like that they have their own bags. Just makes it seem a little bit more legit. What is this? Oh, nice. Is this a full spool? Hey, interesting way to package it. Tell me that they've had some shipping quarrels before. If their filament spool comes like this. It's kind of funny. But, you know, props for handling it. Let's see what they give us. And, of course, it's fast PLA. And, of course, it's white. The reason why I say it like that is because it's really tough to see white filament in videos, and especially live streams. We will obviously make it work. I'm not going to use this for our first print. We'll use something else. But thank you, FLSun, for a full spool and not just making us all into jokers with some tiny little thing. This machine will go through those sample packs so fast, we won't even know what hit us. All right, let's see. This feels like a screen to me. So we have, looks like a proximity sensor, an IR sensor. We have handles. Okay, so now I know what the hardware is going to be for. I'll have to keep that close. We have some kind of other sensor and a tiny little screw in a huge bag. I don't know what this is. This looks like it has contact pins on it. Honestly, not sure what this is. Maybe this is for flashing something, because it looks like we have female plugs on this side. So, hey, Nigel. Hey, 3D Medic, what's happening? All right, let's get out the brains. Looks like cutting it is going to be just a better idea. Remember, kids, cut away as I cut towards myself. Anybody actually looking to purchase this machine? Or has been thinking about it? Wow. Oh, that looks nice. That's a nice piece right there. You can see the amount of fingerprints this will accrue is going to be a lot. But hey, that looks... I like it. It looks expensive, doesn't it? All right, so it looks like connect by number. 1, 2, 3. Wow, okay, so there's 4 USB-Cs back here for connections, and then obviously a larger connector. Looks like this is going to slide, and then we're going to have to just put in 2 screws from the top, M3 screws. All right, cool. Let's lay that there. Everything good? Audio, video, everything good, everybody? Let me know. Let's get this guy out. Let's shoot more white pieces of foam all over the place. How is it looking at first glance? Okay, I do see some broken cardboard over, not cardboard, foam over there. But hopefully it's not important stuff. Oh, right, there's a camera there. Okay, so I can't put that there. All right. Time to juggle the space that I have down here. That can go there. Camera got confused and lost me. Okay, there we go. Is Twitch working? What's going on here? Oh, there it goes. Okay. Live, everything good here? Okay, just checking because it looks quiet on my end. All right, so now it's saying to sit the machine up, and where are the legs? What's down? Okay, this is down. There are handles on here. That's nice. How in the world am I going to get this up on my table by myself? But I guess we're about to find out. All right. Let's just grab and pull. Did you guys hear that? There is, I'm hoping that sound wasn't broken glass. But yeah, that did not sound very pleasant, to be honest. Whatever that noise is. I'm hoping that's just something on the inside that's loose. All right, let's use the handles. All right, what was that piece of metal? Okay, well, hopefully this door is supposed to be off. Okay, that's good. I think that's a good thing. The doors are not there. That's good. All right, so we're doing the correct order so far. Hey, Mr. Scary. This thing's huge. Yeah, this is on a whole different level in terms of the size of printer. This is quite literally like for somebody who is printing things in batches and in quantities, or someone that needs to be able to print something out quickly in a single color. That's what this is all about. And you know what? I kind of like that. Like, in a world where there's a bunch of machines that try to do everything that end up being mediocre, the machines that kind of focus on one thing tend to be better. I will tell you guys in American units how tall this is. It is 41 inches tall. How tall is the K2 Plus with AMS? The K2 Plus with AMS is 37. So it is taller than that. And it is wider, I bet. It's actually... Let's see. This is 20 inches. And this guy is... Oh, yeah. Yeah. 24. So it's larger than the largest machine that I have. I guess maybe the Magneto takes up more space, but that's why the Magneto is on the floor over there. All right, let's remove the plastic and peek inside, as I see no glass still, and I'm still worried about what I heard in there. Okay, this is the part that I heard, so not a big deal, whatever this is. Guessing this is a filament holder, filament spool holder, or something. This is what I heard in the box. So that was loose. We have some kind of rectangle named desiccant. That's cool. All right, because this is a heated chamber for filament at the top. Put that back in there. Does it go up or down? I'm guessing it goes that way. Okay, that's cool. Oh, okay. I see what the metal thing is for. The metal thing was supposed to hold this box in place. Yeah, like that, like this. But looks like mine was shooketh a little bit. And I do have a loose screw, a loose M3. All right, I'm guessing and hoping that this box is glass. And this looks like it's in good shape, so no worries there. I think it's going to be a good idea for me to get this on the table before I open and move anything else. Because then I can adjust the cameras and whatnot and figure out how I'm going to be able to show you this thing. So, hey, Canuck, what's going on? Hey, 3D&T, what's up, Dave? Your title's being challenged. That's true. That is true. Shipping to you the slowest. That's true. I don't have an SV0. I've tried to contact them many, many times to get one. I feel like since I have a bunch of Orons and a bunch of literally every other machine, I would love to showcase that machine. It's like directly up my alley, but I can't get a hold of them, unfortunately. But yeah, I would love to do some kind of like actual speed tests of the same exact, you know, file with the same quality, like that type of thing. That type of stuff would be really fun. And I have a bunch of other machines that are not saying that they're the fastest, but they are absolutely no slouch whatsoever. Like either of the Bamboo machines, to be honest. I mean, maybe my V0 can even join into the fun. Although I don't have a high flow hot end on it. Anyway. That's what she said. That's right, Knox. Hernia maker. That's right, Truggy. All right. Here's the thing. I got to get it up there. That's also what she said. I'm going to lower this thing down. I'm lowering my table as low as it goes without crushing anything underneath. I got the SVO 8 and 0 have belt routing problems. I've heard that before, and I've also heard that they're just fine. 3D&T, how has your SVO8, hold on, what was it? Comgrow is not, don't say Soval. How's your Comgrow been, man? All right, I'm going to use these handles to try to manhandle this thing upward. But this thing is so heavy. Maybe I can use this. Yeah, I'm going to use this. Okay, let's see. Okay. Maybe we just lean it. Yeah, okay. Slow and easy. Steady. Use my body. Yeah. Holy. I swear, what has 3D printing become? What is this monstrosity? This is insane. Insane. Okay, so that box holder utility thing, I had 3 of those metal things on there to hold it. Is this as far back as it goes? No, I gotta go back further. You guys aren't gonna be able to see anything. My God. What a unit. After power outage, the printer briefly operates to save data and reset effector. Cool, okay. This camera, this one is gonna be useless. Let's try to rotate it just a little more and move it back right on the edge. Wow. I never in a million years, when I was putting this table together, thought that this table, this kitchen island, would be too small for unboxing videos. All right, let's see if I can get this back here. Bear with me. So I still think with my new camera setup here, I should be able to get you guys some kind of angle. Here we go. Okay, that's something. I'm not going to be able to get the whole thing in. but oftentimes you don't need the whole thing. It's just ridiculous. Ridiculous. It's all going downhill. Also, FLSun, thank you for trusting me with your behemoth of a machine, even through my silly jokes. Okay, that's about all I can get you. You've never said that before. Never. I've never said it before. Oh, this thing's big. Okay, that. Don't clip that. Don't clip that. All right, I gotta lift the table up a little bit. What's going on here? How am I gonna be able to stand? This thing's at my ankles. All right, let's go a little bit higher. I don't think there's anything at the top that I need to reach. Very large. I want to see that machine go burr. All right, thanks for the reminder to just hurry up. All right, let's do it. I'm gonna assume. Oh man, it actually goes up there all the way, huh? Okay, so it looks like because there's this filament heater dry box up here, it kind of makes you think that there's nothing back there, but the machine goes all the way to the top. There is, what is this? Is this a filtration unit or a heater? I don't know if this has a heater or not. I'm gonna guess that that's a filtration unit. Okay, I see the CPAP up there. Cool. This thing is insulated as well. The filament area is insulated. All right, I'm hoping. Let me take these clips off the belts. These are cool clips too. Okay, so FLSun definitely. These are nice, very nice clips that hold on the belts together. So FLSun definitely considered what shipping was going to be like, for sure. The fact that there was hardware here holding that on. Where is that hardware? So it looks like I'm missing several bolts here, and I don't see them, and they're not on the bottom, but this thing has been tipped all over. So if there's magnets anywhere up there, I guess we're gonna find the hardware later. And it is loose, like I can loosen it, so we'll see. Just climb in. It's that size. All right, I am gonna unfortunately have to figure out some kind of directions, because I mean, it seems pretty self-explanatory. It kind of tells you where to put things here, but still, I want pictures. Let's see. Okay, yeah, we're here. All right. So, there's hardware here? Nope, I don't see hardware here. Remove the screws securing the glass door. Okay, so number one, let's do that. Let's go Hodo to try to save some time. Is it in a ludicrous mode by default? I'm gonna assume so. This is a good use of space. Hey Gerald, how you doing? Yes, this is just an absolute mammoth of a machine. It's hard to even say otherwise. So what I'm doing now is there's a metal bracket that was supposed to hold the glass. There it goes. I've located it. Good idea. Interesting that they're metal. Any other company would have made them 3D printed, but you know what? They didn't hold. So I'm assuming FLSun did some testing and was like, hey, these need to be metal. Yeah, if the damage on my box didn't break this machine, I would say props to the designer, or design team, I should say, that did the packaging design, because that's pretty serious. All right, so we have a whole bunch of hardware. Hopefully it's all the same. Okay, this is definitely for the glass. This is this little M3x6 screw, and this is just like miscellaneous screws. Okay. Let's see. These machines are perfect for prototyping. Yeah, I mean, I love the T1 for that, the T1 Pro. So if this is just more of everything and the price is coming down tremendously, for those that are just joining, if you guys use my link down below to the FLSun website, there's also a coupon code that gets the machine all the way down to $320 off with their Easter sale. So at the moment, like with this live stream, it's actually quite the huge discount. All right, so we got those things off. Install the upper glass door with customized screws. Okay, so we need to get into this box. So let's do that. Let's get this. I'm gonna have to open it over here. Let's get this metal thing off. 7 years, one focus, ultra high speed 3D printing. Yeah, that's cool. I can dig it. Oh, I found the other screw. Okay, so the tape got it. So there's one more missing screw somewhere. But I like that more and more are being accounted for. It means they're not somewhere in the electronics bay. All right, moment of truth. Let's see how this glass did. It looks good. Let's see a little closer. Can't see the corners from here, obviously. And obviously a good call for them to have this separate like this. I was very worried with the glass being on the outside of the machine like that. All right, lots of bubble wrap. Fingerprint galore, but that's okay. We'll clean it later. Nice. This tape that they're used for the glass is not the kind that leaves any residue. Very nice. Just as I said that, it left a bunch of residue. Okay, we got most of that off. All right, so this is the top glass. All right, top glass. It's gonna go, let's see how the hinges are. The hinges go on the inside like that? Yeah, they do. Okay, nice. And then let's also see where you screw in. Do you screw into the hinges? Looks like it. Okay. All right. And that is gonna be these, I have a feeling. Customized screws 3. Is there a picture of the screws? Where's number 3? I mean, this is number 3, but where are the screws at? All right, I'm just gonna go with this because it has these little grommets in there, and it looks like it would fit this door. These are really like flat top screws. Here, let's put those in the glass. I'll show you guys in a second. Putting the rubber grommets into the door. There we go. All right, let's get 4 of these. What Allen key are we going to use? A little baby Allen key. Look at that. Top glass? Do you mean window on this doghouse? Yeah, it's no joke. This is no joke. Oh, I lost the magnet out of here. Oh, here it is. Okay, got it. Cat's trying to live in it. Yeah, yeah. And the fact that that top is heated or something along those lines. That should be interesting as well. All right, so let's see how this goes. All I need is 1 in there. Let's put in this one. Okay. Put it in like this. Hold it up for a sec. Now we got that one holding us on. Now with the other one hand. Hey Tulsa. Yeah, check the subscription. I didn't want to believe it. But I have been unsubscribed from some of my favorites myself. I didn't think that was a thing. I thought that was just the thing people were saying, but sometimes the subscription thing changes, and if you had the bell on, it might say personalized, which means it's still the algorithm, and it's not just going to show you every time the video's posted or anything like that. Oh, is that stripped? Don't strip it. Don't strip it. Go manual. Oh man, this is actually this is the fault of this bit. I'm gonna leave it how it is. I feel like this probably should have had me put the handle on first, but it is what it is. Smash it, people. That's right, Da Vinci. You tell them. Please do. All right, the handle. Use ST 2.9 by 6 to install the door handle. It would be nice. FLSun, it would be really nice if these screws were labeled. Like, I get the idea. It's definitely these because it has to go into plastic. But it would be really nice if these little bags were labeled. It would just make it just a little bit easier. And really, just a little bit easier is all we all ask for. I think otherwise it's already pretty darn good. All right, so we got those little grommets in. Okay, I'm gonna have to do them one at a time. It keeps falling out. And let's get the handle up in there. All right, we'll go loose first. Let's get this in. Okay, I'm gonna drop it 100 times before I can get that in there. No problem. Let's go by hand on this since I already started stripping the other. Okay, there we go. Nice. You know what I like about the door? It has friction. It's not just loose. Like, you can't just go slamming this thing. And is there a magnet? Yep, there is. So it closes nice and harshly. Cool. That's very nice. Can I fix this screw that I botched? I'll try later. Yeah, I'll have to try real careful. Cool. That looks good. Filament compartment done. Let's get the big window, right? Is that next? Let's see. Install the lower glass door using customized screws. Okay. And then the door handle. All right, I can handle that. Let's do it. This time, I am actually gonna put on the door handle first because it seemed easier, but I could be wrong. Yeah, because once this closes with the magnet, it'll be hard. So the door, the handle goes on this side. So we will do that. Hey, Jack. I cannot have that dude watching me. Yeah, that's definitely a common theme in the house with everyone that sees that thing. Who watches The Watchmen, And the answer is that guy. All right, let's get one of these in here. Let's go manual from the bottom. And the handle like that. Get that one started. Go for the next one. Bada bing, bada boom. You waited for him to step forward. Hey, one Raz. Okay, so handle is on. I think that'll make it a little bit easier. Now I just have a little bit more to hold. So let's get one screw at a time. Put the grommet in. There we go. Let's get this in there. I'm gonna do these by hand again. All right, let's line that up. Don't force the screw. Learn from the previous mistake. All right, that's roughly on. Let's get a bottom one on there. Need a grommet. There we go, and a screw. What Mac do you use again? I'm about to switch. Tulsa, I'm using a MacBook Pro. This is the M1 Max, I believe. I bought it a few years ago now. And I just went with the Max configuration at the time, and it is just an absolute and utter monster. I mean, I can run any Windows software at all. It can game. It can do everything with parallels. I'll tell you exactly which one I have. I have, wow, it's 2021 already. Yeah, I have the M1 Max with 64 gigs of RAM and I believe 2 terabytes. Not everyone needs the 2 terabytes. You can definitely use external storage. I just do a lot of video editing and sometimes I do a local scratch. But yeah, I would go with as much RAM as you can afford, since you can't, on these things, you can't just replace them or open it up later. So I would stick with just however much RAM you can literally pay for. And yeah, these things are crazy, and they've only gotten significantly better. Like the M1 Max was kind of left in the dust by the newer versions, especially the M2 and M3, and now there's an M4. Yeah, I can't suggest them anymore. If you're into if you can use a Mac, not everyone wants to, but they run Windows better than some Windows machines that I've had. One big noisy machine. Yeah, this is going to be crazy. Yeah. Okay, if you don't need a laptop, Mac Mini is literally one of the best choices you can go with. I mean, you know, you don't have to hear it from me. Like, any actual... I mean, you can even hear like Linus. You guys know him, notorious Windows, Linux. Even Linus gives that thing extraordinary props. It's an amazing machine. All right, so we did this. We took off the belt clips, like it says. Next is to put on the fascia. Where'd I put it? It is over here. I just don't like Mac. Yeah, that's okay. No problem. I hear that a lot. That's okay. Oh, wow. The door opens all the way. Look at that. The door, I don't have space to keep going. The door opens all the way flat. That's awesome. All right, so looks like we have to cut the zip tie, and we can use that. You can use their little snips to do so. That's nice. I should have wore my snips shirt. All right, and then the numbers. Okay, so they're all numbered. I'm going to put on this huge connector first. Seems easy. Okay, click. All right, so I only see 2 USBs. I have a 3 and a 2. So that's interesting. So there's 2 open USBs. Are they in there? Like, should I try to reach in there with something and see if I can see more? I'm actually going to unhook this and see what I can see in there. Like, is there more? Like, what's this cable? 1, 2, 3. Guys, for those that have this machine, is there supposed to be more in there? I run Linux machines mainly. I also run Linux on Parallels as well. Hey, Maker. What's up? Maker Viking. It'd be nice if doors open all the way, like, yeah, flat, yeah. Guys, does anyone have this machine? Do they know if there's more? Like, I see a bunch more wiring in there, but I can't tell if some of it's supposed to be forward towards me or not. There's a power supply down there. All sorts of fun stuff, but I can't see. Is there... Let's see. Cut off the fixing tie, securing the wiring harness, plug in the display power cable, and the 3 data cables. All right, so it does say 3 data cables. Right? Plug in the display power cable and 3 data cables. I only see 2. Okay, I need a flashlight. Where is the third one? Is this the third one? Just don't wanna yoink some cable that's not supposed to be there. I see these 2 very clearly, and then I see this one. Okay, I don't see any more. FLSun, why do you hate the UK? I wish I could answer that question for you. I have no idea. Guys, I'm just going to use the 2. That's all I see. And if something doesn't power up, I'm going to know instantly what it is. But I have the power connector. There we go. And then I have a 3 and a 2. I don't see a 1 or a blank. So, okay, let's plug this in. Like this. And that slides right in there. Okay, and we have an M3x6. That's got to be these, right? Yeah, they're tapered. Okay. Let's get that hardware out. I've used Windows all my life, but think I want to switch since I'm needing a new machine. So here's the thing: you get like in my experience, a really good user experience for like everyday stuff, Tulsa. But then if you need something on Windows, you get a program called Parallels. And the cool thing about it is you don't have to open apps like a virtual machine, like running it its own thing. You can run it headless. Like you can have the virtual machine start and then disappear the whole front end of it and open all the apps on Windows as if they're Mac apps. Like they'll open in the same, browser style. So you can essentially even have it open like at startup and just run both Windows and Mac OS at the same time. And the hit to the performance is really slim. Like these chips are incredible. Like if they were bad, you guys would hear about it online all over the place. But they're crazy good. All right, the bottom is these. Let's screw that in. 7:05. Looks like we're doing okay on time. I wish we were a little bit further along, but that's okay. Let's see if I can get this without flipping the machine or moving it. Yes. Okay, awesome. Wrote that down. Nice. Yeah, I mean, you can message me on Discord if you want at any point, and I'm willing to help. I like I love Macs. I've been a big fan for a long time. What's going on here? And I'm I guess you would say a power user to some degree. I remember a long time ago when one of the first iMacs came out, I went to a LAN party to play Left 4 Dead. You guys remember that? Anyone here play that? And when I walked in there with my iMac, I could tell you the faces that I saw. Everyone was just like, who invited this guy? But then you know what? I was able to run the game flawlessly on a massive, beautiful screen, and I'm still able to do work and everything else on the Mac. I always kind of loved that part about it. The fact that you can run everything. You can run Linux. You can run Windows. But Windows doesn't let you run the others. I guess you can still run virtual machines. All right, that one went in just fine. It's this side. Let's try again. Maybe with that one in, this one will go in. It's almost like just like a misalignment. Oh, there you go. Oh, okay, we're in. All right, that's done. Let's put these into here. Desiccants, these things we don't need. This we don't need. Move that down. He's one of those. Yeah, 100%. Oh man. Probably plays console as well. No console. I have a gaming PC that I built. No, I have a full-on built gaming PC, and I've built, at my office. I also have a racing simulator. That's obviously Windows as well. I'm not knocking Windows. I'm just saying for me, Mac is where it's at. Okay, I think that should be everything, unless there's more holding everything on. No, it says power is good to go. All right, that was really easy. We put the doors on, we put the screen on, we took out some of the things that were holding this thing together. Let's give it some juice and see what it do. Let's see how it's saying. All right, power plug is on. You guys ready? Let's see if we got W's or L's in the chat, because I only have 2 plugs plugged in and not 3. Okay, screen. We got screen. S. FLSun S1 Pro. Cool graphics, actually. Oh, let there be light. Is there light on both sides? Yes. Very nice. Okay. What's this? Is this pass-through? Oh, that's cool. There's a little... This little thing right there is pass-through for filament. English. Welcome to the world of 3D printing. All right, I'm going to turn... Actually, yeah, let's turn this camera this way for a second. I'll block the screen here for a sec. Let's get this thing online. Very nice responsive screen, by the way. Kind of surprised. I thought it was going to be like, you know, the cheap like touchscreen experience. Connection succeeded. We have succeeded in our connections. Let me get you guys a little bit closer. Now that you saw what the whole thing looks like, we don't necessarily need to be don't need to be all that far to see where the good stuff is, and the good stuff is right here. It's been a long time since I built a computer. I'm still running a 1080 Ti. You know what's funny is the 1080 Ti is still like a hero card. Like, it's still a sought-after hero card. I'm still on the 3080 at the house here. I have like the huge, massive, the biggest freaking card available. And then at the office, I have 4070s. Plate needs to spin in a set. Yeah. That's a $1 million idea right there. All the peeps, only a few thumbs up. Come on. Hey, he said it, guys. I just agree with him. Or her. 1080 Ti is a solid card. Yeah, 100%. 3080 is also solid, but 1080 Ti specifically is a hero card. All right, so we got RIP, so that should be good. RIP. Ha. I do see some nonsense on the build plate. Let me clean that up real quick, just to give us the best chances at whatever it is that we end up printing. Looks like there is a new version with FLSun. You don't necessarily want to skip any of these, by the way, everybody. They do often fix quite a bit of issue. And I would always recommend, unlike some updates, I would always recommend to update your machine. Even though we're on a time frame, on a time crunch, I would still do it. We can put some of this stuff away and get back some space. Okay, cool. Schmutz. Yes, there's some schmutz on there. The linear rails are massive. This has like structure in the center, and it's kind of offset to give it some more structure towards the middle here. I can see that there is an automatic spring tensioner for all of the belts. That's kind of cool. The belts are larger. What are they, 12? 10? Are the motors on? Okay, the motors are on. I can't bring the tool head down. Let me turn the music off for a second. It does have a really quiet fan that's always on, but that might not even be a fan. That might be the fact that the motors are active. Silent machine when you're not using it. I love it. I love it. I can't believe there's still machines that make a ton of noise when they don't need to be used. Literally in disbelief about it. Okay, that's cool. The filament hole is right here to pass the filament through from here. Oh, right. This thing has a scale also. I forgot about that. This thing is amazing. This has a quick disconnect right here. So you can really quickly, as I said that, you can really quickly disconnect this filament. You can really quickly push this quick disconnect. There we go. And disconnect this and put it right here through the side. Actually, I don't know if that's true. Yeah, you'd have to go through here and put it through the side, and you can bypass this box. That's cool. I like that. Do you see the new FLSun printer they're releasing, which is not going to see, which I'm not going to see because they don't deliver to the UK only company. Interesting. Looks like a good printer. Drunken Physics. Outside of this, I'm not sure. I don't know. I thought this was their newest and greatest. My Zero bricked from the last OTA, but yes. Ooh. Oh, Soval. Yuck's using Yiddish. What is the print area? I believe it's 300, right? Or is it even more? We will look. Let's look. So it has smart heating. So it's 320 on the outside. And it has a ring of 220 and 320. That is actually really cool. I did not know that about this machine. Is that something that we can see? No. So we do have some stoppers. I wish they were a little bit taller. Looks like you can push it all easy enough. Oh man, there's a newer one. Okay. All right, I hope this thing, I hope these updates are fast. 7:15. All right, I'm hoping to do another 30 minutes, 45 minutes latest. And I still don't know what this stuff is. This looks like it's a limit switch for the top for homing. I don't remember whose stream I was watching. Maybe it was Joel's, 3D Printing Nerd, where one of his switches at the top was bad. So I do have 3 lights on up there, so hopefully they're fine. But that's a limit switch, and I have no idea what this is. But we'll figure it out as time goes on. Now let me throw all the hardware from this thing into here. FLSun T1 Max. Oh, yeah, this is the first time hearing about it. I'm guessing there'll be an S1 Max as well, but unannounced. Interesting. Any idea what the differences are outside of the name? It sounds like there's just more of whatever it is. Are we getting like more flow, more features? I legitimately don't know. All right, let's tuck this stuff away so that I just don't drop it. All right, this, all this stuff we don't really need. You see past, okay, cool. Just finished my first ever Dummy 13. Dummy 13s are super fun. That probably won't be the last Dummy 13. They are cool. All right, let's keep that. Get these brackets in here. Screen, power cable. You guys tell I have OCD? I can't even continue. All right, printer, update quickly. All right, and we are on this version. I just had to look that up. Yeah, it's a cool fun print. Uses PETG and PLA. For those that are into FPV, I've been rocking this jumper T-Lite forever. I have CNC gimbals on there and a 1 watt ELRS module. It started peeling on me for a while, and I love this thing. Like every radio I try, it just doesn't feel quite the same. I always end up coming back to this. Funny enough how cheap it is. But I ended up buying one of these cases. And happy to know that this is like a sticky rubber. And this is a smooth, much better feeling. Almost like a controller. So excited to swap into that. That's gonna be fun. Probably gonna put something along these lines on the RC channel. Also, a bunch of 3D printed mods with it. This is going to be the best useful one. This gets inserted instead of this LED, and you can actually clip it to a lanyard that way, which is weird that Jumper didn't put that on there, but it's also like a $50, $60 radio. So, did you ever locate your 3D printed plane? Knox, I have not, and I was just talking to my daughter about this. Please recalibrate the bed leveling. I got to go over there before it gets overgrown and see if I can find anything, any remains. I do have the wing. It's, you can't see it, I guess, because yeah, stuff was blocking it. But there is a wing over there. T1 Max build size is 300 by 297. Okay, so a little bit smaller than this. Apparently, it's super quiet. Okay, I like that. Which RC mower did you end up getting? I just saw one. Someone sent me one, like a video of one running, but it was so slow. All right, so beautiful screen. It's always weird to me that manufacturers put this information on the front screen. Like stats of the machine and seeing the machine on the screen of the machine are like the last thing people want to see. This only works as like a demo screen during events. And I have a feeling that's why they are this way, to get like a curb appeal type thing. But we already have these machines in our homes and in our businesses. I don't think this is necessary. Buttons right away that are larger. These buttons, larger. Get me the things that I use this machine for. I think that stuff is more important. Show me the temperatures larger. Obviously, I see them all on the screen, but they're secondary. And just as a tidbit from a UX person, from a user experience person. All right, so we need to find where to go. Okay, accounts, we're not going to do that right now. We need calibration. Okay, so easy to find. We went to what looks like calibration. Let's go to calibration. Let's do motor, bed leveling. Oh, you have to do one at a time. Okay, so first let's do whatever motor calibration is. Start. And it turned off, or at least the light did. Okay, we're back. That was a little strange, but okay. I'm gonna try to see if I can sit down for a minute. What do we have here? PLA carbon fiber. I do have a bunch of that stuff to get through. I think this might also be PLA. Yeah, PLA carbon fiber. Do you guys have a use for PLA carbon fiber outside of, you know, needing a black print in PLA and PLA carbon fiber looking really nice? Is there an actual use case for carbon fiber PLA? Like, I can tell you a bunch of use cases for other filaments of the carbon variety, but not so much. But not so much of PLA. So I just kind of want to know if you guys know of something. Let's see, where can I hang this real quick? Let's put it right here for now. This can go over here. And I want to sit down and chat with you guys. There we go. Oh, load off my back. All right, so this says about 1 minute. Okay, whatever that does. Is this maybe noise cancellation or something along those lines? It would be fun to know. It would be fun to know if these things are working. What can I put in there to find out? Maybe let's plug in these mics. See if we get power output, because I do want to know what didn't work. Okay, so these plugs do work. At least that one works. Okay, so both those plugs work. Calibrate timeout. All right, let's try a different one. Or maybe we need to home first. Here, let's home. And the machine turned off again. I wonder if I have that issue. I wonder if one of those sensors is bad because of shipping. Let's see. If it happens again, then we'll know. Actually, you know what? I'm going to unlock to bring this down. Beautiful tool head, by the way. Beautiful carbon rods. Yeah, this is very nice. Nice cable management. Looks really nice. All right, let's go home. And if it turns off at the top, I have the same issue that 3D Print Nerd had. Okay, yes. And I think it was that one in the back. I remember they were able to fix it kind of quickly. I'm afraid I'm not going to have enough time in this stream. I'm going to try again. I'm going to offset this over here to see if I can determine which one it is. Home. This one will touch first. That. Okay, so I think it's that back one. Only carbon fiber I ever used was just a little bit, a small spool. Came with X1C. Clogged. Never tried it again. Wow. I mean, I print with a ton of nylon carbon fiber. That's probably the most carbon fiber filament that I use. But PPS CF is amazing. I've been printing with that a little bit and will be printing a bunch more with that. But yeah, nylon, adding carbon fiber to nylon is great. It adds a little bit of more rigidity, makes it a little lighter, way easier to print. So that type of stuff. But PLA, I wonder what the actual, if there's like an actual use case, because it does cover up layer lines and makes it look really nice. Less likely to creep over time. Yeah, maybe it does make it even more or even less likely to curl or peel. All right, so I do have that issue, and I remember seeing it. FLSun S1 homing issue. I believe they even have, yeah, jamming sound, or, yep, reboot. This can indicate a problem with the limit switch. Yep. There's a breakdown, potential troubles. Okay, limit switch board might be faulty, preventing the machine. I remember they had to like push something or move something, and they were able to get it done. Does anybody remember what that fix was? I mean, it does look like they are relatively easy. I do, by the way, like this goes to sleep so easily. Also, that motor was the sound of the motor, and this thing is dead silent, which is great. I can get to it pretty quickly and replace it. Right, put all that away over here. I'm just going to throw a new one on there. Let's see what we can do with that. Let's lower this thing. I wish my memory like worked out and I remembered these type of things. But I do remember they were kind of panicking and were doing a bunch of stuff, and then they were just pretty easily able to fix it. And they continued the stream. Aha. What was that just fell out? So, some little rubber piece fell out. I wonder if that had something to do with it. Nope. There's another piece of hardware and this. So those are spacers, I think. Okay, we got that thing off. So let's put a new one on there. Yeah, this is like soft mounting these. Okay. No worries. See if I can get it back up there. Like I said, they threw this in the box because they knew this was a potential thing. And kudos for them to even put it in the box. Not every manufacturer would do that. Okay, the problem is, how am I gonna thread that on there? It's in such a crazy spot. Let's see if I can do it. I gotta literally get inside of this 3D printer. Nah. Nah, dog. Let's use some power. Right? That's always a solution. Just add power to the mix where threads are involved. And it will solve it. I knew it. I knew it would. All right, now go back by hand. Oh, and actually, you know what? I'm gonna definitely have to put this on there and slide this little plastic piece in there. This would be so much easier if this was lower. Let's see. Gotta love this flexi spot table holding all this nonsense. Oh man, this is so awkward. Okay, hold on. Let me do this for real, for real. First of all, let's power this down. Although the lights were helping me. Turn it towards me. Let's see, can I reach it in this direction? Maybe. All right, how about this? Am I in the area? Can't just look into here. Can't see anything. Aha, okay. Okay, I think that's up there. Let's get the screw. All right, I'm hoping to get this all done within 15 minutes. Maybe that's hopeless with whatever this issue is. Maybe not. I don't know. But we're going to keep it going. Inside the 3D printer I go. Okay. My back's not gonna agree with this. Please go. All right, that dropped. Let me see if I can tighten this, and if this resolves the issue. And if it does, I can, like, you know, spend some time later, lay this thing down and put it where it's supposed to actually go. Otherwise, this whole thing will be a big old waste of time. Let's do this. Okay. And this gets plugged into there. All right, and this is plugged into here. Okay, I'm going to turn it back on and we're going to do some tests. You know, I'm hoping that it's just this. Hoping that it's just that. All right, it is lit up. Let's see if I can tighten it just a bit more. We'll do some testing. Hey, Caleb. What's broken is the same thing that I saw in Joel's stream when the 3D printing nerd had this. When you home, my machine turns off, which I think means that one of these end switches is bad or something happens in shipping to them. I'm not sure. So I just replaced the one that I think it is because they give you one in the box. I'm having a really hard time getting a screw up there, and then the in the hope of getting something to show you guys in time, I'm trying to see if I can get that light to turn off. Okay, so that light, okay, that light does turn off. What about this one? Also, and this one. Aha, it's this one. This one doesn't turn off. So, okay, plot twist. I'm gonna try it home anyway. Okay, so it turned off at a different time now. I have a feeling it's this front one. Because all of those worked fine. And if I unlock the motors, yeah, that turns off. This turns off. This one does not. And how can I troubleshoot that? Let me try to loosen it. Wow, crawling inside of a 3D printer is not what I thought I'd be doing. Yeah, so that one is not turning off. What if I put this there? Okay, so the sensor does work. So it's a matter of, oh, I see. There's adjustment screws right here. Oh my God, did I just waste my entire time? I bet they have a wiki that talks about this. They have these screws right here. Does this limit how high they go? No. Okay, so that just holds that on. Okay. Never mind. I thought those were adjustment screws. Okay, so we might have to table this for later. Bus spool not long after release the fiber line. Scared to use it. I get that. All right, hold on. Let me see. Phone fails. Strong indicator of a limit switch problem. Yeah, we got that. Too loose. Nope, it's not that. Hear loud noise. Nope, it's none of that stuff. It is definitely the limit switch. Cables are securely connected. They are. I can get it to stop when I put something else in it. As in, like, if I put my Allen key in there, it works. Let me just make sure this one is super tight, considering it only has one now. Okay, so I know it's not that one. So that spring that kind of pops up, can that be adjusted? Yeah, I mean, it's definitely this one. It is not turning off when that thing is all the way up. And just to triple check the culprit, yeah, this one has like a spring action when it goes up there. Where are the springs? Do I see them up there? Let's see, is it something up here? Is this a spring? No. Where's the spring action that I'm seeing and feeling? I need a light. I need to actually get a real flashlight down here. Okay, so are those magnets? And if they are, can I adjust them with this? I'm about to find out by crawling inside this 3D printer again. Aha, okay. This little guy, and it's magnetic. I'll screw this in more. Is the question I have. Aha! I found it. I found the problem. Do you guys remember? Okay, I'm breaking a sweat over here. Do you guys remember when I found all the hardware from the glass except for one? I found it. It's all the way up there. And it's being held by a magnet. So the unaccounted screw has been accounted for. And it's stopping this motor from reaching its destination because it's being held up there with a magnet. Come on, buddy. Oh, yeah. Wow. I have a cramp in my back right now, and I'm pretending not to scream internally. Oh, God. All right. Yeah, see that? That was the missing hardware. And it got stuck on a magnet. So now we're gonna be able to home. We're gonna be able to home. All right, I'm gonna go back to my sitting position with the table. Okay, here we go. Okay, home. Watch this. Come on. Come on, man. How many machines have I troubleshot on this channel? Wick, how many people... No, seriously. If that was a common thing, which I'm guessing it's not, but could you imagine how many people would return the machine? It would be 99% would have this thing going back through shipping. There would be like 2 other companies involved in getting this thing back. Another 2 companies involved in getting another machine here. That should be in the wiki. Look, find the screws. Hey, Quinn, man, what's happening? Very good. Everyone's good. It's so wild, yeah. Troubleshot. I've troubleshot so many machines. All right, now we can do this calibration. What time we got? 7:41. Man, okay, I'm going to hope this takes less time than 15 minutes. This says about 1 minute, so let's see. All right, we're homing. Looks like we home with the nozzle on this machine. Okay. Ooh, nice little deep tone to it. Bah. I'm really looking forward to this machine. For some reason, I knew it was huge, but knowing that it has this much space is very nice. Also, knowing the dual heating chamber, dual heating plate is very nice. That's a really nice feature. So later, I'm gonna have to take this thing. I'm gonna have to lay this thing down and get to that limit screw, because it is on 1 limit screw right now. And it'll work totally fine, but still. Calibration completed. Okay, 1 done. Next vibration. Let's do that. Oh, okay. Maybe I'm waiting for this thing to restart, and this is still here because of reasons. There we go. Now I can have start. About 3 minutes. Okay, good. This isn't too bad. In the meantime, let's find some filament to put through here. I do have like open filament. I should probably just stick with that. How about this beauty? Actually, I already have a benchy with it. I'm falling. Okay. Purple. This just says purple. Well, purple. Let's do it. All right, I have this filament that just says purple. And it definitely is not fast filament, which is going to make this benchy look worse. But who says we have to be easy on machines, right? Trying to be gentle for this test to work. This routing's kind of wacky. All right, we are making tons of noise. Adapt and overcome. Well done. How many FLSun bot comments in the stream going again? Mark, that's, I'm laughing, but that's not funny. I've had plenty of conversations with a lot of people in the industry about bot comments, and FLSun, denies the claims that they're doing it. And there's a flip side to that coin. Like, it could be someone else testing their own bot and just using them as a test subject. That's happened before. But I don't know who to believe on that one. Need a step ladder? Yeah, it would be really useful in this case. I mean, if you take this glass out, you can go into this thing and be like a Halloween costume. Like, you can literally be inside of that machine. Let's see where we're at. Got alarms going off. All right. How do I mark as unread? Mark as unread so I can get back to these people. All right. How are we looking? So it should be doing the actual calculations right now. And then we will move on to homing, or not homing, completed. Cool. Let's go to bed leveling. This should be the last of our calibrations, and then we can throw some filament in there. So what's this machine supposed to do? A 7-minute benchy? Is that what it was? I guess while it's doing this is 5 minutes. How about we look at some of what they're selling here. So yeah, like I said, guys, there is an Easter mega sale right now, $200 off. And then using my link in the description and the code, you can get this down to negative 319. So 320 bucks essentially off. Lowest price since launch. It's quite a bit. Hey, Benny. Hey, Lauren. My support payments? Lauren, yes. Yes, I am. Man, they really try to make this thing look small. This desk must be huge. I have a kitchen island and it's big. 1200 millimeters per second. That's crazy. Okay, so it's 320 millimeters wide and 383 millimeters, so 380 millimeters. The 430s in the cone, I don't usually like to even say that that's a thing. I would just say 380. So 320 by 380, that's pretty big. This is a big machine. 350 degrees on the hot end. All materials, PC, PET, carbon and glass fiber reinforced PLA. Okay, glass fibe. We're doing it's a glass fibe out here. Endless tranquility, quiet creation. Guys, you don't need to put this on there. Just be straight with us. This thing has a CPAP. You don't need to do this. 95% assembled. Okay, yeah, that's great. Yeah, this was a great experience. Engineer for high reliability. Okay. Multi-fan high-speed printing. So this is, I think this is a filtration fan or a chamber temperature control fan. All right, preset panels. Okay, power loss resume. That's always nice. Automatic dryer. I definitely like this. Yeah, this is cool. That's really cool. Not too many printers can say that they have this. I'm guessing it's heating this whole time because it says that leveling's in progress, but print head's above. Time lapse, debris detection, okay. Spaghetti detection, okay. Real-time monitoring, sure. And time lapse photography, okay. Right, I can't get to the IP address. I can get to the IP address by looking here. Oh, look, the machine is actually properly labeled. Usually they're not labeled properly. All right, let's make this a printer. Let's change the name to 3D printer dash FLSun S1 Pro. Save. Okay. Done. There we go. So, rockets down. Woo! Oh, and it stops just last second. Crazy. All right, and then here we need to do device isolation. I definitely don't want this thing seeing any other machines on my network. And let's get to the IP address. 92. This is 63. Let's see. Do we get mainsail or... Yeah, mainsail. Cool. Really nice view from the camera. Okay, it's tall like the Delta. Interesting. I thought we were just going to get the bottom here. Great. I like that. All right. Save from variables. All right, so it's saved. It saved that. That's why I booted. So it does actually keep parts of the machine on and just powers down the MCU when it needs to get to the clipper running again. So it looks like the extruder is at 160. Heat bed is at 60, and heat bed 1 is 60. So that's that center and outer rings. So both of them are heated to 60. All right, now we're actually doing the probing. And what's up with the webcam? Oh, there it goes. Okay. Yeah, we got all the configs, everything we need here. Barely using any of its hardware component power right now, which is nice. Cool. Yeah, we have pretty much full control here over Clipper. Can't hate on that. I love it. That's great. There's job queue. They put it up front. Let's see what's on here. We got a 22-minute benchy. We have an 8-minute benchy. We have a flower basket, lighthouse on a rock, and a cat. All right, so we'll end up doing a benchy once this is done, and then we'll call it. So we lost connection again. It happens sometimes. Especially on my V0. That happens the most out of any other machine. As long as it's mesh saves, I don't really care. Hey, 3D Odyssey, what's happening? Clearing my AMS. Does it have Clipper? Yes, Caleb. 8-minute benchy, this is where 3D printing is at now, people. Yeah, 8-minute benchy from a pre-built machine. That's technically cheaper than anything that would cost you, like that you would be able to make. That would print an 8-minute benchy. Hey, Papa, what's happening? Alright, guys, realistically, I do have until about 8. So I'm going to try to push it here. Hopefully this finishes ASAP. One thing I didn't do was I did not give this thing an IP, static IP yet, and I believe it changed IPs. No, 63. Should still be this. Let's make sure this thing is on a static IP. So we'll go to more, advanced, address reservation. We'll hit plus, select from clients, and let's add FLSun. IP address is already taken. Please enter another one. Okay, so that is the conflict. So it lost its IP address. So maybe if this thing reboots, I'll have to drop and give itself a new one. Let's see if I can do that from my my router here while this thing is finishing up. Giving these lemons sour all the time. All right, can I drop this IP address from here? Is that a thing that I can do? No. Calibration completed. Okay. All right, so let's go to filament. We're not going to dry. We are going to load. 240 is fine. Let's go. So it's going to start heating. And while it's heating, let me load this in there. Definitely an awkward position here to load filament in. Okay, looks like there was white in there before. I see it kind of oozing. All right, we're almost in the machine. There we go, we're in there. All right, it's almost at temp. I'm just gonna give it some pressure so that it goes down. There it goes, it's pulling it. All right, filament is loaded. Do you see the price jump for the A1 Mini? I got it on sale for $180, and now it's $359. Yeah. I was recommending it $180 all day. Brings down the entire network from an IP conflict. Yeah, no, there's definitely an IP conflict. I hope I don't lose the stream because of it. That's okay. We don't really need it right now. This is weird, but it's the least of my concerns right now. All right, I want to get this done before I have to run. Account WLAN. Here, maybe we reset this thing. Or here, I'll turn this off and on again. All right, while that thing's figuring out, let's see AI, debris, and spaghetti. That's kind of interesting. Why are they off though? Oh, for false, to avoid false. Power off after printing. Interesting. Auto sleep. Okay. Guide, no need. About, cool, all the basic information. Sweet. All right, let's go here. Let's do our 8-minute benchy. We don't need to do a time lapse, so let's not have that selected. How do I uncheck time lapse? Looks like it's just kind of perma-checked. All right, maybe if it's not blue. Okay, let's hit print. I love the screen. Screen is fantastic. Let's get this out of here. Looks like we do have some Z adjustment we can make. Hopefully it does it by itself and we won't need to. All right, so what are we doing? Our bed's at 60. We're at 220 on the hot end. And our fans are blasting. It's actually, I would say, this isn't as loud as the T1. All right, we got our first filament coming down. That looks a little bit high. Let's see if we can lower it just a tad. A little more. I'll get you guys closer in just a second. Definitely a little more. Just don't want that thing to pop off. Looks okay. All right, and there he goes. We're off to the races. Let's get you guys closer. Oh, there's the fan. Oh, I feel that on my skin. Guys, check out the speed as well. Can we get this back? Apparently not. Apparently I broke that. Hey, Feder, you build PCs? Yeah, I've built many PCs. Where's my zoom feature? How about we do this so you guys can see the speed? And the benchy. All right, guys, while this thing is printing, we're going to do the giveaway. So for those that are going to be sticking around for it, head to the top of the chat. There should be a pinned link for this. Oh, it says ended already. Never mind. We apparently set a time. So it looks like 40 folks, 49 folks. Okay. That's 10. That's. All right. Let's go. Let's do this. Don't forget, you have to be present to receive said winnings. What filament can print at 1200 MMS? If it's hot enough, ABS, ASA can easily print there. They flow really fast. This thing is going so fast, guys. I'm not going to expect this to be the prettiest benchy, but oh my god. It's really incredible. I was just talking about how I have some fast machines. Nah. Come on. This is pretty fast. All right, let's do the winner. Let's go to winners. Let's draw a winner. All right, everybody. Good luck. We got one. All right. We got somebody. Let's do announce winners with avatar. All right. We have... Congratulations, Sean D. Sean, if you're in the chat, I believe I saw you early on. Sean D, you were number 8. Let's do it. If you are here, congratulations, you have won some filament from Polymaker. And Polymaker, thank you so much for sponsoring the channel. Obviously, I appreciate it. Hey, there's Sean. And nice to see that you're on Twitch. You are officially the first winner from Twitch that I have ever had. So huge congratulations, Sean. Sean, I'm going to give you some instructions. Let me know in the chat that you hear me and you understand what's going on. There's a lot of noise happening. So what you need to do is you need to email me at fedor@3dprintsos.com. And my name is Fedor. Okay, so Fedor@3dprintsos.com. Email me that you've won the Polymaker giveaway. And what I'll do is I'll take your email. I'll send you a form and a code to use in that form. And that's going to give you credit for their website. That way you can purchase whatever you want. Sometimes if the things are on sale, you can even get more than one. You can always add on top of that, obviously, if you are so inclined. All right, so let me know if you got my email correct. You can always go into the About section on my YouTube channel and find the email there. Gosh, I love it when somebody wins and they're here. I don't have to play that rigmarole of going back and forth. Got it. Sweet. Awesome. Congratulations on that. And like I said, thank you so much to Polymaker for sponsoring the channel. We do have some more sponsors on the channel now, probably the most I've ever had. And I'm so happy that they're not just sponsoring videos, they're sponsoring the entire channel. So MakerBoard just came on board. Pun intended, I guess. So I'll be doing a bunch of MakerBoard stuff whenever I can. So that's going to be fun. Hold on, guys. Multi-board, not maker board. Multi-board. Well, that's silly. Brain fart. You know, new kid, no sleep, doing a live stream last second. Multi-board. And Jonathan's an awesome guy too. If any of you guys had a chance to speak with him, runs a tight ship, knows what he wants. Multipass. Yes. Yeah, I have a really interesting project that I would like to try with multiboard. I just literally haven't had time. I need to finish editing a few more videos that I've just had. I'm flooded with projects, and I'm having a hard time finding the time to do them. But doing these live streams is always fun. What time? We're at 6 minutes. I mean, listen, I can definitely see some issues. But look at how fast it's literally, you can literally watch it make this. And look at that. Look at the cooling. I see a little bit of curling, but really, oh my, that's just incredible stuff. And look at the movement speed right there. That is bonkerville. Here, let me try to take a little clip. Oh, looks like I'm having Burger King for dinner. Wow, when was the last time you guys had Burger King? It's been years and years for me. I legit don't remember the last time I had Burger King. Our very first benchy on the S1 Pro. Look at the speed at which this thing is going. We're at the last bits. Not the prettiest thing in the world, but at this speed, it would literally be impossible. I'm excited. This should be an 8-minute benchy. After this, I'll do a 22-minute benchy, and we'll compare what it can do at those speeds. But man, oh man, just how fast this motion system can move is really incredible. There you go. We love BK over here. Yeah, Chick-fil-A. Yeah, Chick-fil-A is probably the most common. I've had that a bunch. The latest fast food I had outside of Chick-fil-A, probably Chipotle is the second most common, right? But that's really it. We don't really get burgers that much. Occasionally pizza and whatnot. Completed. 8 minutes flat. Look at that. I see what you did there. I see what you did there. Yes, please. Awesome. I have a lot more to look at on this machine. I definitely got to get inside again and put the second bolt into the sensor that I removed. I'm very happy that we were able to find that problem. That's kind of a wild thing to happen. But I'm also glad that's what happened, because it was really easy to find and figure out. Man. All right, let me take this off, and I will start the 22-minute benchy, but we're going to have to... You guys will have to wait for the... Look at that. Comes right off. I'll show it to you in a second. You guys have to wait for the finished product there on a short video that I do. Whoops, that's not straight, but that's also okay. All right, let's start at 22. Print. Same filament, same environment, same time. All right, and while that's going on, let's check this thing out. Let it focus real quick. There it goes. I mean, guys, to be honest, in all my 7 years of printing, or almost 8 years of printing, I have had worse benchies at 10 plus times X this. This was printed in 8 minutes. I mean, it's got enough cooling. What the heck? All right, the bottom is actually great. I got to make sure we save those settings. And let me see if I can get back to our interface here. Definitely some kind of strange IP conflict. Ludicrous speeds. Yeah, I mean, that's just crazy. Yeah, True Rex, right? Like, you build machines, like, you know, sometimes they look like this after much, much longer than 8 minutes. I mean, look, I can be critical. I mean, there's zero edging because this thing is going as fast as possible. There's no edges. They're all rounded off. There's definitely a flow issue. This right here is under extrusion. Where's the seam? Okay, the seam's over here. That's not bad. It's not bad. It's hard to even be critical at this speed. All right, let's look at the tops. I mean, there's no gaps even on the tops. Yeah, I mean, you know, it's rounded off. It's, what can you say? I mean, the stack is not melted. You know, maybe it was right at the limit of cooling, but I think not bad is maybe an understatement. Can I put this? Also, you don't want your hand in here when this thing starts. That thing is incredible how fast it goes. All right, let this thing start, and we'll call it. Oh yeah, Wick. It's solid 8 minutes. Not perfect, but far from bad. Yep, that's what I would say. I literally, I'm not even kidding. I have had worse benchies at significantly longer times on significantly less calibrated machines. This is fantastic for 8 minutes. This is it's bonkers. Bonkers. So yeah, I'm kind of excited to see what it does in 22. And I'm also excited to see what it's going to do for the Z. Also, for whatever reason, it's going to 72. Why did it go so hot on the bed? That's kind of strange. It'd be nice to see a console so I can see what it's doing. But that's not working properly. Okay, the IP changed. The IP changed. This should be it. Let's see. Sean, by the way, I did get your email. I'm probably going to only be able to find time tomorrow to get back to you, okay? Just so you know if you're still in the chat. Okay, so now this won't even work. It's probably because in my router I tried to make the other IP static. Let's go back to advanced address reservation. Let's give it a plus. Select from client. 64 save. All right, so it did lock this one in at 6864. So now we are isolated from the rest of my... maybe I need to add like 404 or something? 4404? Although we had it up before. Sometimes you can do like just the camera, like 8080 or something like that. Or no, it can't be reached. Let me try in a different browser. It's definitely loading, but not really moving much. Hey, Zoomy, you came in right at the end, huh? I'm about to call it, literally. Alright, Sean, I got you. Interesting. I'll have to figure that out later, but that's something. The machine is fully functional at the moment, though. Temperature and fan. Here, okay, so it is chamber cooling. Do you guys see that down there? Right at the bottom. So we do have chamber cooling on. So that's to print with the door closed. Cooling fan right now is at 100. Nozzle is really low, actually. 212. I guess they're trying to make the cooling just max out. And dry the filament. It's at 26.8 Celsius. The humidity up there is 46. We did the calibrations. Shouldn't be able to move it. Cool. What's there not to like? This thing is great. So you can actually go faster. It looks like this thing is speed. I'm assuming on that 8-minute benchy we couldn't, but is there any reason for this LED on the left here? Like, is there any reason for this? Yeah, does anyone know? Lights. Oh, look at this. Video. Can I see videos on here? No. So this is just the folders. Yeah, benchy, lighthouse, flower basket. All right, so this is the folder structure. I'm guessing when I actually put in a USB drive, I'll be able to see the rest. Cool. I like this. I like this menu. I'm usually, you guys know this, I'm pretty partial to these custom menus. This is probably one of the best ones. I don't even know what I would like say about it. Everything is here and pretty easy. You know, I want logs. I want to see what the machine is actually doing. The console would be nice, but that's a power user thing. So this machine is for power users. This isn't a casual, my first 3D printer machine, you know? So, all right, everybody. I think I'm going to call it here. I'll show you guys in a short video how the 22-minute one comes out. But that's the machine. Here, let me zoom back out. Let me show you guys this gigantic monster one last time. That's definitely what he said. All right, spin this way. Yeah, let's spin this way. This thing is crazy. Just the sheer size and girth of this machine. I'm really impressed with this table. Guys, if you need a table, check out my Flexi Spot video, because this table, holding this and not shaking everything, is really incredible. I don't know if that's a testament to the table or to the printer. The question I have is, how in the world can I fit this so 24 inches? How in the world? That's 18. So there's zero chance. There's literally zero chance of this machine going where the T1 is. It's literally physically impossible. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. I'm gonna have to find a home for this thing. It's literally just crazy. I'm rebuilding Clipper on my tool changer right now. Not talking about It will not talk to the control board. Uh-oh. That's not fun. Yeah, man, tool changer. I really need to get back into it. Like I said, I have so many projects and just nowhere near enough time. All right, y'all. I gotta go. This was a really fun one. I can't believe we got all this done so quickly. Usually these streams go a lot longer, so I guess that's props to the machine, right? We did have a really strange quirk, but that's because a bolt came out in shipping. Actually, one last thing. Let me see. Can we hear? Oh, it is so much more tolerable. Okay, so if this thing can be silenced even more than this, I would say this is quieter than the T1 Pro. This is definitely quieter than the T1 Pro. Wow. What a machine. Yeah, that's crazy. That's impressive. And actually, with that on there, can we go to... See how I got distracted? Wasn't I saying, like, oh, I'm going to go now? Let's do chamber cooling. And it's on. It's that easy. So the chamber is pulling hot air from the top. Yeah, good stuff. I think for the sake of giving it the same chance as the other bench you had, we'll open it. Just send it here. I give it a home. Use it as a baby crib. I mean, 100% baby would fit in there. Definitely. I fit in there. I was literally in there earlier. All right, everybody. Huge thank you to Multiboard, to Polymaker. You guys make it possible for me to do this stuff. Obviously, all my members on YouTube and on Patreon. You know, my ad spots here and there. Yeah, really cool, especially right now where I just don't have enough time to make as much content as I did, you know, a month ago. And hopefully, in the upcoming months, I'll have more and more time to get back to it, to some kind of schedule. But I'm just happy I can do these things here and there. What's the max temp on the hot end? 350. Thank you guys for being here, as always, and keep an eye out for more live streams. I wish they were more regular like I used to. Am I blocked in? You know, Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Maybe I'll get back to that at some point when the kid's a little bit older. But for now, we're just gonna do these whenever we can. All good, Zoomy. All good. I'll be around on Discord. We can chat. All right, everybody. I hope you guys had a good time. I know I did. Thank you, FLSun, for sending me this absolute unit. And I'm definitely going to be using it and testing it and sharing my experience as I go and comparing it to all the best machines because that's what you guys deserve. All right. All right, y'all. I'll catch you later. See ya.